Namaste friends, this is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and this is my second reading today. This morning I was just called to do a reading, and it was actually significant, so you may want to check that out. It's all about the Divine Feminine kind of pulling back her energy and giving time to her wounded child to kind of heal that, because no relationship is going to be healthy and sustainable if you have not healed that inner child. That inner child is going to kind of throw a temper tantrum periodically, as you know, it re-experiences some, what I'm hearing is a reiteration of the trauma. And so what helps is to see that wounding and be able to acknowledge that that is inner child hurt and trauma that is coming to the surface. And this happens in not just relationships with romantic partners, but it also happens with friendships, family, sibling relationships, all of that. So what I want to do is I want to pull a twin flame reading, because of this Saturn retrograde energy is really kind of pulling up some of that. It's the deep wounding energy, and it's a revisit so that it can be acknowledged, and it's not awakened, but where the healing can awaken and soothe. I have the energy of soothing. It's very soothing to the inner child. Number one, for the acknowledgement. But how is this impacting the twin flame journey? And I wrote in the description on the last video that, you know, part of the turbulence between the divine masculine and divine feminine is rooted in this inner child re-experiencing the trauma from the triggering of the twin flame mirror. And so as we move toward kind of this sustainable energy, a stable and sustainable energy between the divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flame energies, it feels as though the inner child in the divine feminine is very needing of soothing, just needing of soothing. And in taking her detachment time to address that, to dedicate some time to that inner child, and I keep hearing the word neglect, because we all neglect our inner child. It feels as though that is going to trigger the divine masculine's abandonment, inner child wounding, because a lot of the divine masculines have abandonment issues with feminine figures in their life. And so there's some trauma with some of the feminines in their life, and so this is triggering them to bring that up to heal. And again, the tables seem to have turned now, whereas divine masculine was really triggering the divine feminine into healing in that, you know, 2 to 3 years since I've been on this journey. Now the tables have turned. Divine Feminine has kind of detached, pulled her energy away, and now is focusing on healing her inner child, which is going to kind of trigger the Divine Masculine's inner child. So again, the tables seem to have turned. Divine Feminine detached from the journey. I'm not getting anything from this deck. Spirit, what do we need to know for, are they saying this is not the right deck? Lovers. Okay. No wonder. They said to pull from the Lovers Oracle. So, that's where we are. Let's find out. I saw Sacred Union again. That's the second time I've seen that card, and I don't see it that often. All right, they said take the top card. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And this is that acknowledgement of that inner child. And I think we saw this card this morning. I want to put it that way. And look at the imagery. There's the soothing. I don't know if you'd be able to see that if I put that there. Let's try. You see that? Okay. I said pull another one. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love will dramatically improve. We've seen this card quite a few times as the twins were reconnecting there for a while and were then trying to establish this foundation of friendship to kind of have the platform to rebuild the relationship. And then there was like another separation. It kind of came together. There was a closeness. There was like a revealing of feelings. And then there was a separation again. And this is because Divine Feminine realized that, number one, she may not be ready or neither want the continued relationship with the Divine Masculine. And now in the detachment, she realizes that the whole triggering process of the journey for her has been rooted in that inner child. So I guess it's like, and here again, very soothing, just soothing each other, soothing. I keep getting the soothing. They said take one more. Imagine all the unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. There's that unwanted thought, those unwanted feelings of your inner wounding. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards. Let's pull the Divine Masculine first this time. This is the Light Seers Tarot. And I feel like the Divine Masculine is trying to make sense of, you know, I think both twins want this friendship to kind of start over. It's like a reset. King of Swords energy. It feels like he's pondering before he makes a decision. He's seeing things from a different perspective, and now he's pondering on what does this all mean? You know, I feel something more than friendship, but I don't know how to proceed if we don't become friends again. So here we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords all in reverse. If you can hear my dog snoring in the background, I am so sorry. So these are the things he's thinking about. He's been kind of watching. But he feels the retraction of the energy. So he's not sure what to do. Eight of Cups and the reverse, bottom of the deck. When I see this card, what it was I just heard was that bowl is the, it almost seems like that's all he had, was that little bowl, and there's a light in the bowl, and that's kind of the only warmth he had. It was that small, and it feels as though now he needs something more, so he's walking away. But he doesn't know, he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't made this decision yet. He doesn't know who Divine Feminine is outwardly anymore. She's changed so much on this journey. Ah, yeah, the World. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. Well, there you go. There's the World. He feels as though this may be the end. And what he is feeling is he wants to reestablish the connection. But he doesn't want to rush into the romantic part. He's just like, I can't, she was my friend too. And I'm struggling with how I'm going to deal with that. She's pulled her energy away. She doesn't feel this connection anymore. And it's like he's looking at this Divine Feminine. Look, she's turned her back on him. And she's healing her inner child. Look how forlorn she looks. And so he's kind of sitting down like, what the hell do I do now? And here again, the Empress has turned her back on him. He feels as though Divine Feminine has turned her back on him. That she's not interested in the connection at all. And that it's ended. And now he's feeling that rejection, that abandonment, and that's triggering his inner child. Let's find out what's going on with Divine Feminine. This is for Twin Flames. Divine Feminine energy. Main energy, please. Yeah, he's just absolutely, this was like, we were close friends. We at least had that. The relationship, the romantic part didn't necessarily always go smoothly, but we always had the friendship. She was always my friend. And now she's turned her back on me, both as the Empress and as the wounded child. Okay, Divine Feminine energy, please. Spirit says, quit interrupting me, I'll give it to you. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yep. Leaving the partnership. Could have been from a third party. He may have kind of stepped out. She may have found out. And I know threes don't always mean three party, but in the way I read, the energy of the Three of Pentacles is that's a partnership. And generally in a 3D relationship. And that's in the reverse. So she's done with that. Nine of Cups. Yeah, see? She's absolutely emotionally detached. She's in her Nine of Cups energy, and she's really not interested in pursuing the Ten of Cups at this point. They said put this on the other side. Okay. Now, keep in mind, Divine Masculine is literally watching all of this. Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles in reverse. Justice. My dog is seriously snoring. And I don't know if you can see how the imagery on the card, the new version of herself is emerging. That was in the reverse, but intentionally flew out. Now she has the Emperor card here. He has the Empress. She has the Emperor. They're still connected. She doesn't trust that she's withdrawing, and I put this in the description of the other video. She may be withdrawing to protect her inner child from any more, what I call trauma drama with this connection. Because she doesn't trust the connection anymore. So she's instinctively and intuitively pulling away to protect her inner child. The inner child has had enough. And now it's time to do some work there. He is feeling the loss of not only the divine feminine's energy, but her friendship. That was meaningful to him. And he's just devastated. I mean, look, he's just sitting there. He's just like, what do I do now? Because this is the energy he wants to be in. He wants to be in that, I want to protect your inner child energy, but he doesn't know how. He's trying to protect his inner child energy. Seven of Emotions, Seven of Cups. She's making her choices based upon what's best for her. Over this Justice card, she's now making her decisions based upon, and she's being very diligent about what she does next, but she's making it based upon what's best for her, and that's good. Bravo. Ten of Pentacles. She is creating, we talked about this card yesterday, look at that beautiful manifestation of her life. That's what she is working on. The World. Pretty amazing. All right, let's pull from Jennifer Walker's ends. Nope, they said wait. Now is the time for The Power of Love by James Van Praagh. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. So let's see. Virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. This is a time to be spiritually virtuous in doing the work that needs to be done, and still honoring the connection for the divine nature of it, the sacredness of it, but not being attached to that 3D tangible relationship. Understanding the sacred power and divine nature and divine purpose of it, but no longer feeling that the attachment, oh, kindness counts. That's not exactly what I expected to hear. Okay, they said bottom of the deck. Know your truth. Yeah. Journey within. Be kind to yourself. Journey within. Know your truth. Find your truth if you haven't. But your truth is you are in a divine connection that has a purpose, and that purpose is to help you spiritually grow, become spiritually virtuous. And in order to do that, you have to attend to the needs of this inner child right now. healing. A time for reflection, but prayers will help you with your situation. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Just going to review these cards now. They may make more sense. Imagine all the unwanted thoughts dissolving into the light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. And that's really tied to this Ten of Pentacles and these new opportunities with the Seven of Cups. But if you can release all of those unwanted reflections of that inner child wounding, transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And this is kind of just acknowledging that inner child and the needs that it has at this current time, and how the wounding has impacted this connection. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So here's the Divine Masculine wondering, you know, how can he's feeling the loss of this friendship. He feels the loss of the friendship, and he's just questioning. Because again, when you've detached your energy to work on healing your inner child, you have now illuminated his inner child wounding. And that's that abandonment. Betrayal, abandonment. And I hear neglect. So journey within and do some healing. The inner child needs you now. Namaste.